It's been a minute. August has not treated me that well. I hope it treated you better. And if not, I hope September gives you all that you desire. I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to tell you about the books that I read, okay? Because right now, the only escapism I have is the library. So bear with me, okay? When I last left you in July, I had read 9 books. I finished 2 more before the end of the month, and they were bangers, capital B, brother. I finished Immortal Dark by Tigest Girma. 5 stars, my lord. I also was obsessed with Twilight when it came out, and this felt so much like an aged up version of Twilight. I think it's technically dark academia. However, they only go to 1 class in this book. I thought it was great. It's dark. It's heavy. It's a lot. But man, I ate it up. I thought everything about it was great. I'm going to read the second one. I think it comes out in November. Not sure, but will be sat for it. The last book I read in July, Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. 5 stars, 5 stars, 10 stars, 15, 20. It's perfect. Loved it. There was literally nothing that I would change about that book. I loved every second of it. It was immersive. It was beautiful. It was like a quirky little fairy tale. I fuck with that book. That is by and large my favorite book I've read this year. So I had to talk about those too. In August, so far I have read 11 books. August is not done yet. I am reading a book right now, and I have a hold that I'm going to go pick up from the library today, which is Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. Don't hold your breath, but I'm excited. I'm going to read it, and it's going to be great. The first book I finished in August was Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I picked it up from the library. I don't know how to be nice about this. Everyone's taste is different. And I think that's the beautiful part about humanity, is that we all experience things differently and care about things differently. V.E. Schwab is not a writer or an author that I fuck with. Her books, there's always something about them that kind of turns me away from them. Bury Bones in the Midnight Soil could have ended half of the book. It could have ended 10 chapters prior. It could have, there was a lot of decisions in it that felt really needless and over the top. I saw someone had posted, because they got an advanced reader copy of it, and the original ending I liked. She changed it for when it was mass produced, and this ending, I fucking hate it. It's so stupid. I don't know, whatever. I'm sure some people love it, and I'm glad that you do. 2.5 stars for me, because it wasn't the worst. I thought some of the prose was so beautiful. She's a good writer, don't get me wrong. Some of her ideas, some of the ways that she makes the characters go, didn't really make a lot. Do we really need more instances of toxic relationship in fiction? No, especially in lesbian relationships. Do we need those representations? No, I would have much rather a more because when I heard lesbian vampires, all the way, I was yes, of course. That's gonna be there's no way you can fuck it up. Apparently there is a way you can fuck it up. Not that I think she fucked it up. I'm very happy for her success, and I hope that people love that book. Me, however, did not. So that's where I stood on that one. Second book I finished in August. Oh man, The Night and the Moth. Ooh, wow. Wow. Okay. By Rachel Gillig. I got this one at my library as well. 5 stars. 5 stars. Wow. Like, I understand the criticism that, like, oh, well, it's not finished and whatever. But I thought it was fucking beautiful. If you're someone who is impatient, who cannot stand a cliffhanger, like a child, don't read it. But if you're someone who can wait on something good, read it. It's, I've seen a lot of hype on it online, and I, was curious. I saw it available at my local library. I picked it up. I said, whatever. It'll be good or it won't. Who cares? It wasn't good. It was great. I thought, wow. Rachel Gillig's other duology, Two Twisted Crowns, One Dark Window. I think it's One Dark Window and Two whatever. It was okay. I really wanted to like it because, tarot cards, magical tarot card system. It fell really flat for me. It did. And I kind of feel guilty saying that because I think she's a pretty talented writer. You don't get as far as, some of these people do if you're not a talented writer. So nothing that I'm saying is to disparage anybody's abilities. I didn't really like the duology. I feel like it could have used a little bit more fleshing out. This, however, she was in her bag on this one. And I read the little acknowledgments at the end that she said she wrote this during like COVID and she was really sick and she didn't really know what to do after the success of One Dark Window and that one. This is great. Oh my God. I enjoyed it so much. The third book I read, One to Watch by Kate Stayman-London. I got that on Libby. It was 1 star for me. So it's like The Bachelorette, but plus sized, like, oh, we need inclusion. So, yeah, I don't know. As a plus size woman myself, I understand the need for representation and all that. I didn't like this form though. It didn't do anything to inspire me. It just kind of made me feel a little like, because the FMC was just kind of insufferable. But, I'm sure somebody loves it. And they would be well within their right to. It did. I don't really know how to talk about it. But like as a fat woman, you know what I mean? I don't really like it. Didn't make me think like, oh man, I can get on The Bachelor now. Like, well, I can't. I'm married. But also, I don't. How do I talk about this book? How do I fucking talk about this book? I really don't know what to say about it. I mean, scratch all that. This felt like someone who deeply enjoys the show, the Bachelor, Bachelorette franchise, right? Which I do, okay? I enjoy this franchise heavily, always have. I've watched it since I was way too young to watch these things. My first season was Jake Pavelka when he ended up with Vienna. And that was a crazy ride. I watched that, like I said, way too young. And I was hooked ever since. I watched mostly every season, but I fell off when I had my daughter. There's a couple seasons I didn't watch, but whatever. Anyways, I love this franchise. I love books about this franchise. I'm actually reading one right now. Early in it, but so far I like it. I just saw this in the stacks at my library. I saw the spine. It said romance and it said the villain edit. And I was like, And then I saw on the, I read the little synopsis briefly and it said something about game show. And I said, sure. So far, I'm enjoying that one a lot more. But, yeah, One to Watch. Didn't really want to watch it. I'll say it. That one was actually really hard for me to get through. Because at a certain point, I knew where it was going, and so it was hard to finish it, but I was so close, and I can't properly hate on anything unless I finish it. You know what I mean? Like if I DNF it, I can't properly hate on it because I don't know. Because sometimes the ending will surprise you. That ending did not surprise me. 1 star. All right. 4th book I read in August. No One Was Supposed to Die at This Wedding by Catherine Mack. I got that one from the library. I just saw it on like the new like mystery aisle, and like the cover is really cute. I do judge a book by its cover sometimes, especially like if I'm in the library and I just need something to read. So I'll just pick something up. I didn't realize, of course, did the same thing I always do. It's the 2nd in a series. I might go back and read the 1st. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was campy. What did I give it? 3 stars. The only reason it didn't get more than that is because there were some things about it that just kind of were like, and then there was 2 Taylor Swift references, and that's just like, for me. But it was fun. It was a fun little murder mystery, and who doesn't love a good murder mystery? I enjoyed it. I might read the 1st one. I know what's going to happen already because they talk about it so much in the 2nd one, but it's fine. I thought it was cute. Whatever. The 5th one is a graphic novel. So does it count? Up to your interpretation. I read a Pillbug story. I saw it at my local library. I thought it looked fucking cute. It is. It's just a collection of short stories about this pill bug and the friends that they have with like other bugs that are not pill bugs. And, you know, I guess like the author obviously knows about bugs because there are some like references to their genia or like biological, you know, affects because they're bugs. But it was great. 4 stars. I thought it was super cute. The sixth book I read this month was Rose and Chains by Julie Soto. I also got this one from the library. I hated that book. Wow, that book really made me want to fight someone. It did. Like, I guess I can understand why some people would like that, but that's not my ministry, brother. So it's a Hermione fan fiction that they had to strip down the Hermione-ness of it, right? Because, you know, whatever. So it reads very similarly to the beginning of Manacled in a lot of ways, which is another Hermione fan fiction that I didn't like. I'm so sorry to say. No, it was trauma after 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 trauma. But somehow the main girl was still a virgin. Everybody else is getting affected by all these things, but she somehow landed on top. Okay, I guess. Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought it was too, like, it was too heavy with no real payoff. I guess some people really like to be sad when they read stories. Couldn't be me. Life is enough, you know what I mean? Living under this presidency, yeah, I feel like life is sad enough. I don't need a book to fucking make me feel sad. Just fucking turn on the news, brother. 1 star. I didn't like that, Julie Soto. I didn't like that. I did like Julie Soto's book with the cello book, the romance book. I fucked with Not Another Love Song, that one. I fucked with that book. That book, I want to read that one again. This book, trash. And it ended on a cliffhanger to be like, oh my gosh, I don't give a fuck. Will I read it? Maybe. Will I care? You lost that. 7th book I read this month. Oh, a banger. Another banger. I read The Everything Box by Richard Kadrey. 4 stars. I loved this book. Okay, this was another book that I was just looking through the stacks at the library and I saw the cover and it looked a little interesting. Well, honestly, I saw the cover of the second book first and then I realized it was a second book, and so I picked up the first book to try to be correct this time and not read it out of order like I usually do. I loved it. I loved it. It was so fun. It was like a little like heist book with hijinks and like, if you liked Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I fucked with heavy. I loved that series. I've read it twice already. I love that series. This book gives the same kind of vibes. It came out, I think, in 2017 it was published. I don't know. I'll correct myself if I must. It's a good one. It's fun. It's campy. The reason why it's 4 stars and not 5 for me personally, though, so the thing about this book is that the perspective, while there is a main character, the perspective does change to other side characters, and there's no indication of that. There's no like, title or like, because sometimes it even happens within the same chapter, and the only indication of that is a paragraph break, and then they mention their name within the first sentence, which, but if you're just reading along, sometimes that can get a little confusing. So that to me was like, and I think that would be a con for other people, which is why it's 4 stars for me. But I loved it. I thought it was so fun. I will read the second one eventually, but I wanted a different kind of vibe after that. So the 8th one, I just found this on Libby, Stoneheart by Katie Robert. I didn't realize it was like a short like novella type thing because it was like less than 100 pages. 3 stars. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't like anything to write home about. It was short, like, so there's not really much you can explore within 100 page or less than 100 pages. It's about Medusa, which I love. I love Medusa. So obviously I was very interested in this, but it was good. Whatever. The 9th book was The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. And this one I got it on Libby and I've been listening to it. So like when I'm driving or when I'm doing dishes. So I've been listening to that one for like more than a week, like probably a week or 2. I did not like that book. I did not like that book. It just was very, everything just kept happening to this woman, and she just like, I don't know, being in the head of someone with PTSD because of a robbery, and then like these things happening on this cruise, like it just felt really like, I don't know, it was hard for me to get through. I had to speed it up at the end because it just was like, okay, 1 star. Yeah. 10th book. Oh, I just finished this one yesterday. The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. Wow. 5 stars. I could not put this book down. I got it on Libby on my Kindle, and I literally was consumed by this book. It's so good. So good. It is the mystery / thriller that I've been wanting to read for a while now. So I'm really glad that I got to read it. I understand some of the criticisms with it because it does change POVs a lot. I really enjoy when the POV changes a lot because it gets boring being in one person's head, and sometimes, it doesn't really move a story along unless it's an unreliable narrator. I love that shit. But this book, it was great. I loved it. You have to go into this book knowing that you will not understand anything for the first 10 chapters, maybe. I mean, honestly, you don't really start to understand it until the last, like, probably 25% of the book. But my best friend, she found this book at a little free library, and she's been trying to read it, but because the perspective changes so much, she just feels like she has to know everything about it. So she hasn't really enjoyed it and doesn't really understand it. And I was like, look, you cannot try to know everything of this book, because it will kind of sour the experience for you to try to like keep up with it. What I did is that I would just read. I didn't understand it, didn't care, just read the whole thing. And then at the beginning, I went back to the first chapter and I was like, oh, okay. It's great. I loved it. It was, I could see this book turning into like a short series or like a limited series on like whatever, Netflix or whatever, because it is so like, oh, it's juicy. It's good. And then the last one, the 11th book, is My Good Side by Sheena Shea. I watched Vanderpump Rules. I didn't start watching it till after Scandal, but I watched a whole bunch of, needless reality television. So I was like, oh, okay, let me start watching this. Oh, that was, I fucking ate that shit up. I loved that show. And I like reading autobiographies of people who have been on reality television, because you get like not cute, but like little behind the scenes things of shows that are, interesting. This was not that interesting. I think Sheena Shea just wanted to clear her name from a lot of things, from a lot of the narrative that goes on online. And I understand that. I understand the desire to like clear your name, to make people understand, like, no, it's not what you think, it's this. But it kind of just makes her look worse. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with her. I think she really cares way too much about what other people think about her, and that really came across in this autobiography. Even with her like revelation of her husband also cheating on her during the time that Scandal was kind of, well, not during the time, but she found out kind of during the time. It didn't endear me to her. It just kind of made me feel bad. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know. It I'm glad she got to tell her story. I hope other people see her differently from that. I wish her well. Anyways, that's the 11 books I've read in August, plus the 2 that I didn't talk about last time. I've read so far 121 books this year, 13 of which have been 5 stars. So, let me pull a little card because I want to see. Oh. Will I like Catabasis? Maybe not. Okay. What about when I finish the villain edit? Will I like that one? It might feel incomplete. Okay. So far, honestly, as not good of a month as August has been for me, reading wise, it's been great. I've really enjoyed the books that I've read. Content has been hard for me because times are tough, and I have been trying to find a job and have not been able to be successful. So here I am, just sharing the books that I read this past month. I am grateful for my library. Shout out to local libraries. Support your local libraries. get a library card, even if you don't read. There's a lot of resources at the library. And with as shitty as our government is, we got to support the things that actually help others. And the only reason why I'm still standing is because of the local library right now. Because, man, life has felt hard lately. So a trip to the library cures all ailments. Anyways, enjoy my books or don't. I don't care. I do care, but anyways, take care of yourself and those around you.